Our next guest is a true cinephile. But before he gets on stage, I would briefly like to put you all to the test. All right, think of one movie classic, an absolute must-watch, like the first one that comes to mind. Chances are high they're like something of Tarantino, Alfred Hitchcock, or Spielberg, right? Yet, we are here in Belgium, aren't we? So what about Belgium? What do Belgian directors and what do Belgians actually bring to the table when it comes to the cinematic universe? Well, our next guest will tell us all about it. Our next guest, Wouter Hessels, teaches film history at RIT and film analysis at the French school Alsace. He also gives bilingual introductions and lectures at Cinematheek, one of the biggest movie archives of the world, here in Brussels. Wouter Hessels worked all around the globe, reaching from Rio de Janeiro to Helsinki to Cape Town, but tonight his destination is here at the KVS in Brussels. Give it up for Wouter Hessels.
Ladies and gentlemen, and the Oscar goes to, and then I have to open, Nicole van Goethem for A Greek Tragedy. Okay. Animation artist Nicole van Goethem is the only Belgian filmmaker until now that won an Academy Award or Oscar in 1986. You can see her animation short, A Greek Tragedy, een Griekse tragedie, on YouTube. In 2022, 3 Belgian-Flemish filmmakers, Lucas Dont and the couple Felix van Groeningen and Charlotte van der Meers, won respectively the Grand Prix for Close and le Prix du Jury for Les Hautes Montagnes. Lucas Dont a réalisé un très beau film, bilingue, en français en in het Nederlands. Van Groeningen en Van der Meers hanno girato un film basato sul omonimo romanzo di successo di Paolo Cognetti e loro hanno vinto anche 4 premi David di Donatello. 1 month ago, Fien Troch's Magnificent Holy was selected for the official competition in Venezia and opened the day before yesterday, the 50th Filmfest Ghent. What a success for Belgian and Flemish cinema. The first decades in film history, Belgian filmmaking was dominated by French directors and producers. It was only in the late 20s, beginning of the 30s, that Belgian pioneers started Belgian film, Charles de Keukelaer et Henri Storck. Le cinéma français, Hollywood, il cinema italiano, zelfs de danske film were in full force and passionate power, whereas Belgian cinema was just taking off. Of great importance was the founding of the Royal Film Archive, Cinematheek, founding in 1938. And thanks to visionary curator Jacques Ledoux, the archive is today one of the biggest and most diversified film archives in the world. And yes, that for a poor, so-called little Belgium. None other than Martin Scorsese won one of his first film awards thanks to Cinematheek and Ledoux's film festival Experimental in Knokke-Zoet. Scorsese got the Âge d'Or prize for his anti-Vietnam short film The Big Shave. Among the leitmotifs, the Macht der Verbeelding, Vive le pouvoir du cinéma und Einigkeit in Vielfalt macht stark, I would like to introduce 3 films, 3 film clips made by 4 directors. I start with animation film pioneer Le Magicien d'Ostende, autodidact en eigenzinnige kunstenaar Raoul Servet, who passed away some months ago at the age of wisdom, 94 years young. This founding father of the first animation film school in Europe created Chromophobia in 1965, a short film about a totalitarian military regime that hates and fears a colorful society. Painfully topical, I would say. The soldiers only survive in black and white. The painter character and Tel Eulenspiegel try to recreate the colors. So on the one hand, Servi's oeuvre is defined by his strong aversion for war violence that he himself experienced as a teenager. On the other hand, his work is aesthetically inspired by surrealist Magritte, of whom he was an assistant in the start of his career. This film, Chromophobia, got a small subsidy and was awarded the Leone d'Oro al Biennale di Venezia. The film marked the international breakthrough of a genuine Belgian artist who lived and worked in complete freedom and never was trapped in a Walt Disney format. Raoul Servet war ein kosmopolitischer Künstler, qui haïssait chaque nationalisme. Hij sprak 4, 5 talen en getuigde van een rijke, grenzeloze verbeelding met als levensmotto: The only nation is the imagination. In the history of cinema, you have some very fascinating brotherhoods that make film together. Il y a bien sûr les frères Lumière, pionniers français du cinéma. C'erano anche I fratelli italiani Paolo e Vittorio Taviani, and also the American Coen brothers, Ethan and Joel. But Belgium has also La Fraternité Cinématographique, Jean-Pierre et Luc Dardenne. They make films together for almost 50 years. The actor Jean-Pierre and his younger brother, Luc, philosopher, discuss their film subject. They write, they direct, they produce, and they appear together on the steps of the Cannes Film Festival. They started with documentary filmmaking already in 1975, always tackling urgent society problems like the revolt against Nazism in their own Belgian region, Liège, the exploitation of workers, censorship, and so on. After 2 feature films that failed at the box office, their career could have been over. But instead of quitting, They thought deeply and acted fully, and then were made what we know now as the engaged Dardenne films, La Promesse, Rosetta, Le Fils, L'Enfant, and many others. I would like to introduce Rosetta, made in 1999. This powerful film about a girl, not a child anymore, but not yet a woman, in between, is living at a campsite without a father and with an alcoholic mother. She has to fight for a living place, for a stable working place in society. Rosetta is a warrior. You will see and live it from the first image of the film. Rosetta won the first Golden Palm for a Belgian feature film. The then still a trainee actress, 18 years old Emily Dequesne, won the Palm for Best Actress. What a great moment for Belgian cinema. The question is already asked and asked anew by Michael de Kock, can art save the world? This was indeed the provocative question asked by Antwerp, cultural capital of Europe in 1993. I would answer, sometimes art, and so film art, can change society. Rosetta was not only a film, but became also a plan. The Rosetta Plan, or Youth Employment Plan, launched by then Minister of Work, Laurette Onkelings, who wanted all young people with a job no later than 6 months after they had completed their studies. Rosetta, power of cinema, also power of trying to change society.
Revenez dans mon bureau. Revenez dans mon bureau, je vous dis.
C'est vrai que t'as dit que j'étais souvent en retard, non?
Peu importe, c'est pas le problème.
Tu l'as dit ou pas?
J'ai signalé tes 2 retards, j'ai dit que c'était à cause du bus,
Ça n'a aucune importance, Madame Brigade, laissez. Vous revenez dans mon bureau.
Pourquoi vous avez dit qu'elle l'avait dit?
Peu importe, ce n'est pas la raison pour laquelle vous avez été remercié.
Je fais bien mon travail ou pas?
Oui.
Alors pourquoi est-ce que vous voulez que je parte?
Je vous l'ai dit, vous avez été remercié parce que vous avez terminé votre période d'essai.
Pourquoi pas alors que je fais bien mon travail?
Parce que vous êtes la seule à avoir terminé votre période d'essai. Allez vous changer, revenez dans mon bureau.
Non.
Allez, vous en prenez.
Arrête! Arrête!
Sortez! Sortez, j'appelle la police!
Mademoiselle, ouvrez!
Nous vous demandons de sortir, vous entendez?
Pas le droit! J'ai bien fait mon travail, d'ailleurs tout le monde l'a dit, tout le monde!
Si vous n'ouvrez pas la porte, je la force! Allez, ça suffit.
Laissez-moi! Non,
Once every decade, and that's since 1952, the British film magazine Sight and Sound has polled film critics and cinephiles around the world and listed the 100 greatest films of all time. From 1962 until 2012, for 5 decades, number 1 has always been Citizen Kane, 1941, by Orson Welles, then 26 years old. Last year, 2022, 1,632 film critics and film lovers have voted Jeanne Dielman, 23, Quai du Commerce, 1080, greatest film of all time, the magnum opus by Belgian and female filmmaker Chantal Akerman. Writer and director, Akerman was 25 years old and gathered around the film a quasi-all-female crew. The cult film, that runs over 3 hours, depicts 3 days in the life of Jeanne, a middle-aged widow and mother who spends her time housekeeping and working as a prostitute. Jeanne Dielman is played by Delphine Seyrig, la déesse du cinéma français. Dans l'année dernière à Marienbad, India Song Baiser Volé, the performance of the diva Seyrig as a housewife is stunning. Chantal Akerman was fascinated by her Jewish mother and all her aunts who survived concentration camps and didn't talk about that Nazi hell. So Akerman staged Jeanne Dielman as a maman et une putain that controls her emotions, thoughts, and memories, and survives only through the daily routine of precisely timed and performed tasks. Akerman's style is radical, quirky, static shots, long takes, temps mort, low camera angles, hyper-realist sound. You will see the first client to come for sex at Jeanne's place, and that's Henri Stark, the pioneer of Belgian cinema. You will see it in the clip. Jeanne Dielman was filmed on the real spot, 23 Quai du Commerce, 100 meters from here. And last week was inaugurated the Allée Chantal Akerman Dreef, and also a very nice mural as beautiful tribute to all the forgotten and desperate housewives of the world. Jeanne Dielman.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Alors, à la semaine prochaine.
You see, it's definitely not Barbie nor K3, it's Jeanne Dielman. Akerman and Jeanne Dielman inspired Gus Van Sant, Sofia Coppola, Celine Sciamma, Wang Bing, and many others. La liberté, de Raoul Servet, de solidariteit en broederschap van de broers Dardenne und Chantal Akermans starke individualiteit und Gleichheit. Un petit poème, Jeanne Dielman et Rosetta veulent sortir de chromophobia. Ze willen een echt, kleurrijk leven und Liebe empfinden. Thanks to Avila, Belgian distribution film platform for Belgian cinema, you can see Jeanne Dielman in a hall. You find the QR code in your bag on the program here. And I would say try to see the film, definitely on a big screen. Jeanne Dielman is certainly not suited for mobile phones and computer screens. So Jeanne Dielman fits only in film theaters without advertising, no drinks, no food. Where you live and love cinema, mon amour. If you want to hear and see more on the power of Belgian cinema, from the 20th February 2024 till mid of May, we organize 11 lectures by film scholars, followed by a Belgian film and a Q&A with the Belgian filmmaker. In Cinema Ritz, the cinema of Ritz, Royal Institute for Theatre, Cinema and Sound, in the Danserstraat 70, you find the information on a very nice postcard made by Ian. You find it also in your bag, and there is some email and so on to get more information. I would like to thank Lien Tietgat, Ian Komak, Michael de Kok, Katrien Vervaken, Rudy Verbinnen, and also Caroline Pauwels for enjoying and discussing film together. Thanks KVS, VUB, Hebe, UAB, and Ritz. See you soon all in Cinema Ritz. Welcome, welcome. Bienvenue, willkommen. Benvenuti, benvenidos.